All right, YouTube, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. It's time for game number 2 of the NBA Finals between the Celtics and the Mavs. Game number 1, the Celtics stomp. I am a Celtics fan, so I love to see that. But in all honesty, that's what I love about the NBA Finals. There was some people hating on the Celtics in the comments of the last video, hating on me for being a Celtics fan. That's all fine and dandy. That's the passion that we have in this series. I absolutely love it. I also can't believe I just said fine and dandy. But nonetheless, game number 2 here. I have a few plays coming your way. I have usually we're going to go through the whole game and everything like that, but when we're on the road, we don't have as much time to dedicate towards it, so I just look for spots that I like. So I have a play on the total, 2 player props, and then I also have a same game parlay on MGM that we'll jump into in today's video. If that parlay hits, I'm going to give away $50 to someone in the comments. We've already hit this 4 times, or these parlays 4 times in the last couple weeks, so we've given away $200 so far in the playoffs, so very excited for that. I'm rambling at this point. Let's go ahead and jump into it. Appreciate everyone tuning in, even when we are on the road. If it's your first time here, the videos usually look a little bit better, a little bit more fine and dandy, but nonetheless, when we're on the road, I'd still rather get a video out than just kind of going absolute ghost, you know what I mean? So it's worth the grind in my opinion. But let's go ahead and jump into this game. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Play number 1. I actually like the over 214.5. So game number 1, low scoring overall. I mean, the Celtics got to 107. The Mavs stayed right around, or didn't stay right around, didn't even reach the 90 mark. They scored 89 points. But what I like about in this spot is a couple different things. Both teams shot 70% or less. So 68 for the Celtics, and I think it was 63 for the Mavs from the free throw line. That's not really what I want to hang my hat on. It's more so that neither one of these teams shot exceptionally well from 3. Now, the Celtics ended up shooting 38, so that's all right. But the Mavs shot 7 of 27, 26% from 3. I don't think that they come back and shoot 55% from 3 or anything like that, but the point that I'm trying to drive home here is there's a lot of missed shots, and I don't necessarily chalk it up to just defense. Yes, the Celtics played good defense. That's why the Mavs scored 89 points. I get it. But there were some shots, wide open threes, even just wide open shots. Luka, some of these little pull-up shots that he normally just drills, wasn't hitting. Kyrie didn't have a great offensive game. I think he was 0 of 5 or 6 from 3. There was regardless of the defense, and I'm a Celtics fan, right? Regardless of the Celtics defense, there was a lot of missed shots, especially on the Mavs side of things. So I think if they do that again, you might as well kiss the series goodbye, because the Celtics are just going to roll if the Mavs do that for 3 more games, right? So they know that they're going to go in there and have to put up more than 89 points. That should be the mentality. And the way that I think about it, if I were to say this simply, it's like the Mavs aren't going to say, okay, let's play better defense so that we can score 89 points and win by bringing the Celtics down, right? No, if they're in the locker room, they're going into game 2, they know they're going to need to score more points to keep up with the Celtics team. So from the Mavs side alone, I like the over, but I also think that there's plenty of misses on the Celtics side of things. So give me the over 214.5 for play number 1 here. And let's not forget all of games. I know that this is the finals, obviously, and things are a little bit different, but if we look at these recent games between these two teams, they were cruising, right? This season it was it 119 to 110. 138 to 110. Prior to that, it was 124-95, 125-112. That was last year. So these two teams obviously play some fast-paced basketball against one another. So let's see that in game number 2. Before we do get into the rest of the plays, because the rest are player prop related, I did want to give a shout out to Sleeper and tell you guys to go sign up over there. You can get a Jason Tatum 0.5 point square over on Sleeper if you go sign up today. Obviously, it's a great deal, but you're also going to get your first deposit doubled. If you put in $100, they'll match it 100. You could put in $50. They'll give you a free $50. Everything you put in, they will double, and you'll have a new account balance of whatever, 2 times what you put in is, which is an absolute no-brainer. Go get that deposit match with the link in the pinned comment. I'll also put that link in the description, whichever one's easier for you, but the big selling point here, go get this Jason Tatum free square. You put that in any of your player prop slips, it's just going to boost the payout. I love Sleeper, have for a while. I think if you try it out, you will too. But let's jump into the next few plays here. First off, Jrue Holiday over 23.5 PRA. I don't necessarily know if I would love this if it wasn't plus money, but it's hovered right around plus money, kind of no matter where you're looking at it here. So plus 102 on DraftKings, but Caesars has it at minus 104, MGM minus 105, FanDuel minus 106. I don't think that I would play this into the minus 115 range because, one, I just love the fact that it's plus money, but also Jrue Holiday can have his ups and downs. I think he's in the middle of an up right now, if that makes sense. Last 8 games, he's hit this in 7 of them. He's even averaging 26.1 PRA over his last 10. He's hit in 3 of his last 4 against the Mavericks. The one this, or the game number 1 being a game where he had 25 PRA, he had 12 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists in that spot. And the Mavericks, like I just talked about, their defense has been playing really well, but it's not like they're this hardcore lock 'em down defense. So if Drew Holiday's at all involved in this game, I do think we could see double-digit points from him and a potential, 5 to 7 assists from him if he's totally involved. This is a Mavs team on the season, to opposing players, 20th in points, 25th in rebounds, 22nd in assists. Drew Holiday is a guy that does a lot more than just score, just pass. So I like his PRA because he can have a big like he had 8 rebounds in game number 1. You know what I mean? That's going to boost this line plenty. But what if he has a big scoring night or gets a bunch of potential assists? Like, I think for plus money, for a guy like Drew Holiday to be almost like the forgotten about player here of the Celtics starting 5, I like his spot for over 23.5. And he did in game number 1. He also hit the over. So when he plays a bunch of minutes here, we can look at it like this. So he's been playing in the playoffs just about 40 minutes per game. On the season, when he plays 40 minutes per game, it's a pretty good little hit rate here. So 40 plus minutes for him on the season. 83% of his games he's hit. Now, he only played at, 38 in game number 1, something like that. So even if we say 37 plus minutes for Drew Holiday, 65% hit rate to this line. So he is a guy that produces with the minutes he gets. I don't understand or see a reason why he would get any fewer minutes than he already did and has been getting. Moving on to play number 3 here, Al Horford. We rode with his over PRA. It was one of the easier cashes I feel like we had all season. His over PRA in game number 1. I still like him to have a good game, but I'm more so leaning and looking at the over 1.5 3-pointers made now. I say leaning, all these plays are already final plays because we are on the road, but I like his over 1.5 3-pointers made. This is a Mavs team that on the season has allowed the most threes, 2 centers, or not the most, like the top 3, I should say. I shouldn't blow smoke up your ass. But Al Horford's hit this in 3 straight games against the Mavs. He hit it in game number 1. He hit it in 4 of his last 5 against the Mavs, and he's hit it in 4 of his last 6 games. So I like the spot from him. If he's going to get the volume too, which we'd love to see, right? I think he shot 5 attempts in game number 1. But, even in the playoffs so far, we've seen him have some attempts in which he's shooting like a crazy amount, right? Against the Pacers, he had a game in which he had 12 attempts. Then I think he had 2 12-attempt games. Against Cleveland, he had one where he was chucking them. So if Al Horford can get the attempts, I like the spot here. And again, this is a Mavs team that's going to be focusing on, crashing on Tatum, on Brown, even White, and even Holiday at the rim. Like, Al Horford's going to be the guy that can say, okay, I'll just hang over here, right at the corner, and get a nice open look. I think he gets, 3 or 4 open looks, and then he usually can hit a couple catch and shoot ones as well when a guy's kind of closing out. So if Al Horford gets 5 attempts again, I like his over 1.5 3-pointers made as well. Now let's jump into the same game parlay. Guys, I'm doing this over on MGM. If you are not signed up over on BetMGM, I have a link in the pinned comment for that as well. Like, seriously, you need to go try it out. Their same game parlay odds are absolutely absurd. Go check out the same parlay over on DraftKings or on FanDuel. They offer, they don't even have 7 plus assists, I don't think, which we have for Luka here. But if you go and throw 8 assists, it still doesn't even beat these odds, and it's a harder number to hit. MGM is goated when it comes to same game parlay odds. Go check it out, guys. New users, your first bet, if it doesn't hit and it loses, you can get up to $1,500 paid back in bonus bets. So go try it out. Link in the pinned comment and in the description. Sign up for BetMGM. Keep adding more sports books to your arsenal. You want to get the best odds, the best prices, all that good stuff. This same game parlay example is perfect for that. But anyways, we're looking at Jason Tatum to score 25 plus points and have 5 plus assists. And then we're looking at Luka to score 25 plus points and have 7 plus assists here in this spot. So in game number 1, Jason Tatum kind of came up obviously short when it comes to the point side of things, and but he did hit his 5 assists. So we need Jason Tatum to score a little bit more for the same game parlay. But Luka had, what was it? I don't need they have 2 assists, not 2 assists, something like that, right? Like something super, super low for what Luka usually does. But we know Luka is obviously a little bit better than that. But he had 30 points. So I think that he should be able to kind of bounce back from a passing perspective. I want to look up what he had. Yeah, I knew it, and I just didn't want to believe it. Luka had 1 assist in game number 1, so we're going to need a little bit more from him in that, but obviously that's a Luka stat that he should be able to go out there and crush. So Tatum 25 plus, and to get 5 plus assists, Luka 25 plus, and to get 7 plus assists. To enter this parlay, go ahead and comment game 2 to enter the giveaway, I should say. If this parlay hits, I'm giving away $50 to someone in the comments. That comments game 2. So drop that game 2 in the comments. That's all I have for you guys. Make sure to go check out Sleeper if you like player props, and go check out MGM if you do want to ride with some of these same game parlays, because their odds are crazy. But check those out. All those links in the pinned comment and description. Catch you guys in the next one, all right? Peace out.